I'm Sharronda Williams, your host of the Summer I Turned Pretty After Show. Belly used to count down the days until she could return to Cousins Beach. But with Conrad and Jeremiah fighting over her heart and the return of Susannah's cancer, she's not sure summer will ever be the same. When an unexpected visitor threatens the future of Susannah's beloved house, Belly has to rally the gang to come together and to decide once and for all where her heart lies. Hello and welcome to the Summer I Turned Pretty After Show. Each week, a special guest and I will be breaking down all the memorable moments of the new season while giving our thoughts and predictions of what is yet to come. So ensure you are subscribed to the Prime Video YouTube channel so you don't miss out. Now it's time to introduce our special guest of the week. Amanda Todhunter is a YouTuber who makes comedy videos about popular media, from unhinged recaps to retelling the plot in different characters' perspectives. Hi, Amanda. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited that you're here with us. But before we get started recapping the first 3 episodes of the new season, I have to ask you an important question. Are you Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah, and why?
You know, that is such a great question. Jeremiah all the way, 100%. But I have a disclaimer. I do want Belly and Conrad to end up together because I think their feelings for each other are just the strongest. But every step of the way until then, if that happens, I will be rooting for Jeremiah. And if I was in Belly's place, I would in fact choose him so fast.
I'm not mad at that, okay? We're Team Jeremiah, but I'm also Team whatever Belly decides, okay? It's her choice. Her heart, her choice, okay? But now that we've gotten that important question out of the way, let's get into our first impressions of the first 3 episodes. So, Amanda, what did you think of the first 3 episodes of season 2?
I really enjoyed them. This was the first time that I had seen The Summer I Turned Pretty after having read the books. So it was really fun for me to see like the similarities and differences and just all the characters interacting again. I missed them so much.
I was so ready to be thrown back into this love triangle. I am here for it. I'm excited. Were there any moments, since you said that you've read all of the books, how was it actually seeing this come to screen? Was there any memorable moments from the first 3 episodes that you remembered from the books?
I think I was just surprised overall at how similar it was, because in the books they travel back and forth in time between the past and the present, and I wasn't really sure if they were going to do that or not, and they did. And they also have Belly reading direct lines from the books, and I remember thinking oh, I remember that.
I was watching, I was like, oh my goodness, they're really going straight from the book. I'm here for it. It's just one thing to read it, but then to actually see it on screen, it just elevates it even more. So I was really excited about that too. Okay, so now that the first 3 episodes of season 2 are streaming, we have to break down what happened, because it's a lot that happened in these first 3 episodes. So hopefully all of you that are watching now have watched the first 3 episodes of the season 2 premiere, but let's refresh your memory on what went down. Let's talk about some important moments that happened in the first 3 episodes. We're going to start with episode 1 of Love Lost. Right now, we're going to roll a clip of Belly telling Jeremiah about her and Conrad kissing.
And Conrad was there, and we just started talking, and one thing led to another, and we kissed.
You kissed my brother.
I'm sorry. I didn't think that, we wanted to tell you right away, so,
You're already a we?
No. I just didn't, I didn't want it to be weird.
Oh, yeah, Belly, it is weird, okay?
No, Jared, please.
No, you know what? Actually, it's cool. It's cool, I get it.
Okay, so I was waiting for this moment, and Belly scared me because she almost got excited retelling the story of how her and Conrad together. And I was like, Belly, your audience, you're talking to Jeremiah, the person you were with before you hooked up with someone else that happened to be his brother. So
exactly.
What were your thoughts about this?
Oh my goodness. I think his reaction is so valid, because if you look at it from his perspective, literally the night before was the debutante ball. And he had just found out his mom has cancer again. And at that point, he and Belly have kissed on multiple occasions. They were acting very coupley. And then the next morning, Belly, you hit him with this. It's just too much for I was so upset for him.
I just wanted to hug him. I was like, it's okay, Jeremiah. Like, I felt so bad. But for him to then throw in, like, my mom has cancer card, how did you feel about that? I was like, Jeremiah, we can't
Yeah,
be doing all of this.
at that point I was like, let's not go there right now. But I do feel bad for him, especially because he's always had kind of a complex with, everybody, like in Conrad more, like especially with his daddy issues. I feel like that maybe showed itself a little bit, but um I I feel so bad about the whole situation because I understand both sides a little bit.
Yeah, and it's hard because, I'm like, low key, you're kind of rooting for Belly and Conrad, like the first season, because you're just like, imagine having this childhood crush and then you actually get to be with that person. But in
Mhm.
order to be with them, you forget that it has to hurt someone else. Cause like, we see Jeremiah. I like Jeremiah. Good
Yes,
kid.
I like the best friends dynamic. I like how
Yeah.
they're just like, silly with each other.
Like Belly could just really be herself and not have to be in her head with him. And so my heart broke for Jeremiah until he pulled the Susannah card, and I was like, "Come on, Jeremiah, we got to do a little bit better for him. We got to do better." But I mean, also too, like as we're going back and forth between the backstory of what happened, during the previous summer. How was it actually being able to see Belly kind of in her world? We kind of get to see her in this dream world of cousins with Conrad and Jeremiah, but how was it actually being able to see her actually be at school with Taylor and see Steven, kind of in their own element outside of the family?
I thought it was interesting. We got to see a side of her that we've never seen before. The first season I felt was very much summer beach vibes, all fun games. And then, now after this really major death and we're back at school again, it's kind of like waking up from the dream that was the first season.
Yeah, and I like how they start with that dream sequence in the beginning of the episode, and then you kind of get that gut punch as you hear in the voiceover that like, hey, like not only is Susannah dead, like, I'm not talking to Jeremiah, Conrad and I broke up. So it's kind of like you start with this happy dream sequence and then you're gut punched into despair, really, because nothing's going right in Belly's life at all.
Exactly. It's like, wake up, girl.
And I was like, RIP Susannah. I was hoping, I was like, maybe we're gonna change something, but no, we just kept that going. I was like,
I know. I'm gonna miss her. It feels also interesting because I remember reading the second book, and I felt like a lot of major things happened, during the point of the end of book 1 and the start of
yep.
book 2. So it just felt very jarring. I felt like we were kind of in Belly's shoes as readers at that point.
Yeah, it was almost like finding out like Santa Claus isn't real. Sorry to people who still believe in Santa Claus.
What do you mean?
But yeah, no, I like how they actually handled the opening sequence. But I want to go to our next clip where, after Belly tells Jeremiah of what has transpired between her and Conrad, she kind of fills Conrad in on what's going on. So let's go ahead and look at that clip.
How?
I think maybe we should hit pause.
What? No,
I don't want to make things harder for you guys than they already are.
you're not. I promise.
The most important thing right now is that you and Jeremiah are there for each other. Are there for Susannah. And us being together would make that impossible.
I'm like in my emotions all over again watching this. Like, I know we're supposed to be breaking this down, but my heart is breaking all over again after watching this.
I know. I feel like it's just so painful because with them, it's always wrong place, wrong time, like with everything. And it's just so frustrating because you want them to be together and happy, but it's just never working out.
I'm just like, universe, can we get it together? Can we get on the same timeline so we don't have to go through this? Just let them be happy.
Exactly. I also can't help but feeling, with the necklace, it keeps going back and forth. I kind of low key wish he just gave it to her in the first place on her birthday. I feel like a lot of this could have been avoided, perhaps, if that went down.
Look, I was like, honey, if I gotta watch Conrad give Belly this necklace one more time, like, let's figure it out. Just keep the necklace, okay?
Exactly. Someone take the necklace, please.
Please, or give me the necklace. I'm gonna make sure that I don't lose it, all right? But I mean, you see where she kind of says, Belly has to be selfless. She has to put her feelings, to the side. And she's kind of honoring Susannah's, the promise that she gave her of like, make sure that you keep everybody together. You know what I mean? So what do you think about her decision?
I think that was a good move. I think that it wouldn't have been the right time to start a relationship. With that being said though, I feel like it didn't really like mend the relationship between her and Jeremiah and between him and Conrad. But at the same time, like I can't blame it all on Belly. Like there was a lot going on, but I do think that it was the right call to not start the relationship right then and there, even though they both wanted it.
Look, I was like, Belly, go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off. If Jeremiah gonna be mad, you might as well be mad for a reason, okay? I'm gonna get my
exactly.
But as we're going back and forth, we're going, back to the past of what happened where most of the audience left off at the end of season 1. We're still cutting back and forth. Steven's graduating. Look at Steven graduating, going to Princeton.
Woo!
Yes. Okay, I wish I was smart enough to go to Princeton, okay?
Me too.
But can I just give Steven some props, okay? Because he said Rihanna's name right. Everyone.
I noticed that. I was so happy.
I was like, the writers were writing and made sure that we were getting proper enunciation, all right? I'm sure people were watching us like, it's Rihanna. And I'm like, no, it's really.
No, it ain't. No.
See, Steven just trying to help everybody just be great. Say people's names right. But Belly and Steven, they do, unfortunately, brothers and sisters, they're going to get into arguments. And so they actually end up getting into an argument over, kind of how they've been handling grief. And I love in this episode where we get to see how Laurel, Belly, and Steven, they're all kind of handling the death of Susannah in different ways. And so Steven kind of makes a comment where he basically criticizes Belly for moping around, being depressed. We see in the meeting with her guidance counselor that her grades have slipped, that she lost the captain position on the volleyball team. So things haven't been going great in Belly's world. So what did you think about that whole interaction and really how the contrast of how Belly and Steven have been dealing with Susannah's death?
I mean, it was an interesting fight to watch because I didn't know like which side I was on. I could see both sides because like you said, everybody deals with grief differently, and I think it's valid for Steven to want to try and enjoy his senior year. I mean, he's going to Princeton. He's got a lot of things coming up. And also Belly, she's like taking her time. She is she not only lost Susannah, but Conrad in a way and Jeremiah. And I think it's also valid for Steven to be mad that that kind of affected his relationship with the fishermen. But at the same time, like it's nobody's fault. We can't be blaming each other.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm actually kind of shocked. I like that you bring up that, Steven's also lost Conrad and Jeremiah because of all of this that's happening. How did you feel about them not showing up to his graduation? Because I felt a certain type of way.
You got to put your differences aside at some point. Like, come on, y'all. He's going to Princeton. He was the valedictorian. He gave the whole speech using a line that Susannah wrote. Like, I think we have to be a little bit mature, like Conrad likes to say.
the most immature person to ever want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of sad. And it makes you think, you stop and think like, okay, they just lost their mother. But are you there because you lost your mother? Or are you there because of everything that's happening with Belly? And I agree with you. Like, you gotta put your feelings to the side to like support those who love and care about you. So I was a little sad that they didn't show up. Conrad and Belly, they took me back. The whole montage of them on the phone, because they decide to just be friends after regifting the necklace for the millionth time.
Right.
They decide to be friends, and he's off at campus. But they're having these phone conversations. And I was like, oh my goodness, to just be on the phone and not have to worry about going to work in the morning. Just what a time to be alive. So how do you feel about the whole montage of them just talking and getting to know each other all over again?
It was cute. I'll give them that, You
can't deny this chemistry between them. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really cute. I thought it was a nice buildup, like after their break. I think that, they're just starting to reconnect, rekindle. It's starting to look like the right place and the right time until things go south.
I mean, but he lied though. He lied.
Mm.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this clip where they finally decide that they gonna go together real bad. Let's go ahead and play the clip, and we're gonna talk about Conrad lying in this scene.
You know, but I thought,
Right, no, I know you were worried about Jared, but look, I had a chance to talk to him, and he's doing really good, actually. He's going on dates, and he's been on this high ever since he got made homecoming king.
that's great. So, he's over.
Yeah. I think he is. Belly, I don't think I could ever get over you. I mean, I'm not. I'm here. But whenever I talk to you, I'm just happy. And I gotta say, standing in front of you right now, it's torture, not being able to kiss you.
I thought Laura was out the house like, what are you doing here?
Just peeking through the window.
Now he lied to my girl. And I'm like, Belly, you gotta fact check that. That don't even make sense. How would you feel about him lying about Jeremiah being okay with this?
I mean, these brothers really be mischievous. Because in the first season, Jeremiah, he did a little meddling himself with like the Nicole thing and like going to the Frank Ocean concert, I think it was. And now, Conrad's over here being like, oh, don't worry, he's good. He's having the time of his life. No, he's not. Okay. No, he's not. So, I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of lying. Just, speak your truth.
Just tell the truth, okay? But I was here for the declaration of love, driving all the way from campus to go see her. Like, I was like, okay, Conrad. It's in these moments where I'm just like, if you could just be like this all the time, okay?
Right. If you could just be like this from this point forward, no problems.
Like, I know you got it in you, honey. I just want you to be happy so you could be in love.
Let's work on becoming emotionally available.
Can you say that louder for the people in the back? All right. It's okay to be in touch with your emotions. That makes you more attractive. All right.
Right. Communicating, very key for you, Conrad. Let's work on that a little bit.
All right. We sit up here giving y'all gems, okay? So if you have communication, you can have anybody you want as long as they're okay with it. But yeah.
Exactly.
But then we see that, they're happy. I was happy. They get their cute little rom-com kiss. But, we know that they broke up. So now we're trying to figure out what the heck happened. I wish they hadn't told us. So then I could just be in denial and be in this.
Exactly. I could be delusional. I'm not. If I don't see it, it didn't happen.
Okay. But then we go back to present day. Can we talk about Taylor's boyfriend? When she said that he wrote the song for her, I said, now, Taylor.
Girl.
Taylor.
Come on now.
This is a cover song, girl. You need to know your music catalog.
Exactly. This is why you need to listen to some classic rock once in a while so that we don't run into these situations.
When she said, like, he wrote this song for me, I just put my head down. I said, now, girl, you are too smart to be falling for this, okay? I know Steven wanted to be like, why? Why?
Absolutely why.
I'm still getting them vibes from Steven and Taylor, though.
Absolutely. And you know what? I ship it. I'm fully on board this train.
Yeah. I'm like, Shayla who? Because they've always had the vibe. So I'm here for it. We here for team love.
Exactly.
So Belly kind of read her mama a little bit because we see that Laurel, she's just been in denial. Like, as if it never happened. We saw Susannah sent that thoughtful gift for Steven. Can somebody send me a Susannah that send me like a MacBook? Because, honey, these bills, like, I need a Susannah to help me relieve myself from all these bills. Because I need a computer.
Everybody needs a Susannah in their life.
Please. We all deserve. I mean, but she sends this gift. He tries to get her to read the card that she left. But then Laurel's kind of been absent. She forgets to make the reservation for lunch after Steven's graduation. So this all kind of comes to a head when Belly comes home and they get into a fight. So let's go ahead and look at the clip real quick.
It's about taking responsibility for yourself, even when things are hard. Life keeps going. You can't just give up.
You want to talk about taking responsibility? You won't even promote your book because you refuse to talk about Susannah. You can't just suddenly be concerned about volleyball when you haven't gone to a single one of my games this year. I waited all year for you to step up and be a parent. You gave up way before I did.
When Belly got off that couch and she stood up, I said, hold on, Belly, this your mama, girl. You can't be going off on your mama like that.
Right. I'd be like, oh, I could never.
I was like, I got real scared and tense. I was just like, oh my goodness, is she going to survive this episode?
Mm-hmm.
But
I was worried.
She had a point though. I mean, Laurel has been absent. Like when she's like, I just heard from your guidance counselor. I was like, girl, like, why are you finding out for somebody else about what's going on with the person that lives in the same house as you?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening?
Exactly. Laurel, honey, I think you might be projecting a bit. I mean, both of y'all are valid to grieve, take the time you need, but you can't be hating on Belly for doing something really similar to what you're doing.
I was like, girl, like life still doesn't stop. You got to keep pushing. You got 2 kids that you're responsible for. So, but we get to the end of the episode where, Belly's like reminiscing. She on her phone, when your phone reminds you of stuff that you really don't want to be reminded about. She's looking at pictures. And then she starts calling someone, and it's actually Jeremiah. And so she calls him, and basically he tells her like, hey, are you with Conrad? And I was like, that's such a random first thing to say, but okay. And then he tells her, been looking for him. And she's like, I'm coming there. I'm coming to go look for him with you.
Coming to get my man, find my man.
Get your man, Belly. Go get your man. And then the episode ends. Like, that's our first episode.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the first episode of the season?
I'm like, maybe we should let Conrad be off the grid. Perhaps that might resolve some issues. If he just takes a minute by himself, he can't be lying to anybody anymore. He can't be stirring some drama. But I'm really excited. Like because this is similar to how it was in the books. And when I first read it, I was like, what is going on? What is happening? Why is he missing?
I was like, did this turn into some type of mystery thriller? Am I still gonna get my do you call it a romedy? Is it a romedy? Like when it's like romance and drama at the same time?
Yeah.
But is that comedy? Yeah, like Rama. Okay.
Rama.
We're gonna figure out this new genre of romance and drama at the same time. We're gonna figure it out before we get to the 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go ahead into episode 2, and then we finally get to see Jeremiah and Belly see each other again. Okay, so they're seeing each other for the first time since Belly broke his heart. I was about to be dramatic and say ripped his heart out and just
ripped his heart, just trampled all over it.
But yeah, I don't think we could say that for everybody watching. But in case it makes it in, we said it, and we're thriving over here, right? Let's go ahead and look at this clip with Belly and Jeremiah when they make it to Conrad's dorm.
You wouldn't happen to have any idea where my brother disappeared to?
I think he said he was gonna hang out with his cousin by the beach.
All right, Belly, let's go.
Oh, yeah, you're Belly. Yo. When you guys broke up, my man's fell into a depression.
I don't think that was because of me.
No, yeah, it definitely was. Like, he was always looking at your picture on his phone. Anyways, when you guys find him, tell him that he has to be back for this bio final on Thursday, or he doesn't pass the class.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab his computer, you grab his books and stuff so he can study, okay? Come on.
These Conrad's? So I can just take all these?
Yeah, all that stuff is his.
There's the necklace again.
Okay. We were all like, the necklace all over again, okay? First of all, his roommate is very disrespectful. We do not, you cannot pillow talk and, how you just gonna be like, my man's was depressed. If you did it, you ripped his heart out and you stepped on it. But that's not what he said, but that's basically what he said. So how did you feel about the whole interaction when they make it to his dorm room?
I mean, yeah, exactly. He really shouldn't be spilling all of this man's secrets. Give Conrad some privacy. Let him be depressed, without Belly knowing.
I was like, just mind your business. He was like, I wonder, and I doubt Conrad even said that to him. He was probably just
Right.
observing him because we know Conrad not about to tell all his business like that. So I was
Mhm.
just like, when we find Conrad, when we get out of the whole mystery thriller aspect of the season, we finally locate Conrad. You need to tell you, don't talk to your roommate no more because he's telling all your business. Okay. So Jeremiah and Belly, Jeremiah's not having it. She brought him a coffee. He was like, I'm good. I'm okay. I was like, Jeremiah, play it cool, Jeremiah. You can't let her know you're still mad.
Yeah, and then she threw both of the coffees away. Like, girl, you could have like kept it, drank both of them.
I was like, Belly got money because who got time to be dropping and those weren't like small coffees. Okay?
Yeah, they were hefty.
I was like, she must have came to some money because I don't know anyone who just throwing away coffee. 2 coffee cups at that. I was just like, it's too much. How did you feel about the cold shoulder that Jeremiah was given the whole time?
Honestly, I thought he slayed because he has a right to be a little bit I like to see him a little bit petty, a little bit sassy, but not for long. I do want them to make up, eventually clear the air, but I'll give him his moment. I'll let him be a little bit petty.
Okay, sometimes you just gotta have that petty moment. You can't always be the bigger person. You can't always be good. You gotta have a little petty in you. It's okay. It's what makes you strong. You gotta have that petty. Just know you can get petty at any point in time. I do want to talk about our other romance because at this point, I'm convinced that Steven and Taylor, they're gonna be a thing. Like it has to happen because I'm just manifesting it. Because you don't just kiss someone just to kiss someone. I felt like there was something there. So let's kind of look at the interaction because Taylor's trying to cover for Belly and doing a terrible job at that. I can't even believe people fell for this. So let's take a look at this clip with Steven and Taylor.
She's my sister. Isn't she supposed to be with you?
Yeah, she is. She's just she's just grabbing Auntie Anne's.
I'm sorry, by the way.
About what?
About you and Milo breaking up?
Yeah, I'm really pretty devastated,
Okay, not to be like a dick or anything, but you seem less devastated than I expected. I mean, considering you were practically swallowing his tongue last night.
Leave it to you to make kissing sound disgusting.
Give her the Oscar now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She broke
Standing
into
ovation.
cry, okay? I was like, honey, Taylor is eating this entire thing. Her going back and forth. I was like, girl, first of all, the fact that anyone is falling for this foolishness is beside me right now. I don't understand. But she a ride or die friend.
Exactly. I'm glad that she's giving it her she's giving it her all, maybe. She's doing what she can.
So in the midst of all of this, so Taylor's basically faking a breakup because Belly told them that she went to go be with Taylor as she's breaking up with her boyfriend. And so I guess that's what Laurel and Steven, that's kind of what they're going with for right now. But in the midst of all of this, Jeremiah and Belly, they have some road issues with the tire. Shout out to my girl Belly though, because my girl, she was like, honey, you think a flat tire is gonna mess with me? She put her hair in a ponytail, let's get it
Exactly.
together.
She meant business. She was ready to get down and dirty.
I said a woman, okay? I'm here for it. Let's go ahead and play the clip of Jeremiah and Belly.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about everything. About what happened at the funeral.
You think I'm pissed about the funeral? The funeral was f***ed. Everyone was messed up. I'm pissed about last summer. Belly, you were my best friend. We hooked up, and then you hooked up with my brother, and then everyone expected me to act like I was fine. And I wasn't.
Okay, well, the last thing that we wanted, that I wanted was to hurt you. And that's why Conrad and I didn't get together at the end of the summer.
Yeah, Belly, for what, all of 5 minutes? That was just so you guys wouldn't look bad.
I mean, you were seeing other people. We thought you were over it.
Because otherwise, I was that pathetic loser that was keeping you guys apart.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? For Conrad dumping you? Did you really not see that coming, Belly? Because I sure did.
Slay, Jeremiah. Speak your truth.
Oh, I said he went in for the jugular. You didn't think Conrad wouldn't do that? I said, Jeremiah, honey, you mad. Real mad.
He did call it though.
It
Let's
was
just get things straight here.
You know what? Jeremiah wasn't doing nothing but spitting facts this entire time. I said, read her for filth. All right, I still love Belly, but in that moment, I was like, "Read her for filth, Jeremiah. Let her know what she did to you, honey." If she said "we" one more time, I was like, "Belly, you cannot keep saying "we" to him like this. Stop."
Like, please, you've heard him enough, babe.
Like, I almost want to be like, "Can you play that clip again?" Because it gave me so much joy. What does that say about me as a person? It just says that I'm petty. It just says that I'm petty. I still don't understand why Belly hasn't like put two and two together that probably Jeremiah wasn't okay. I kind of wish in that moment that Jeremiah was like, "What do you mean I was okay with this? I was never okay with this." I wish he would have been like, Conrad said, and then he would have known. And
exactly, then he would have known the mischief that Conrad got to behind his back.
Yes. See, we just like mess. We just wanted to be
we like the drama.
So during all of this, they're still going back and forth, and they end up, getting a little, I guess, roadside service. But like, Belly should just have her own show where she goes and helps fix flat tires. Because like, I was so impressed by that. Like,
I was impressed too. I don't know how to do that. I should.
I don't. Not with these nails. I can't do that. But we're getting more backstory of happier times between Conrad and Belly. Like, it's just so nice to see Conrad be happy. It just pleases my soul. It just be like, yes, like, let's just give him a few moments of peace and happiness, because everybody deserves to be happy. How did you feel about these like scenes, the backstory of them just being together, being in love, going on dates? How did you feel about that?
I thought it was cute. I mean, it's always bittersweet because this is happening in the past and that something happened. But it is cute. It is, like you said, really cute to see Conrad be happy for once, because my boy, he's just angsty all the time.
Can someone get him like Conrad, let's practice meditation.
Exactly. Maybe some morning yoga once in a while.
Yeah.
Do wonders.
Do some running, like clear your head. Let's get the blood pumping. Let's exercise a little bit so we can just get the worries of the world off of our shoulder. We want what's best for Conrad. That's all we want.
But we tense.
But we do get some TT where we see that Belly and Conrad, they had a little rendezvous to cousins.
They sure did.
Honey. And it was snowing and the mood was getting set. Let's just go ahead and play the clip. Let's just set the mood and play the clip.
We should probably...
No. Don't stop.
Shout out to whoever had the song choice, because I was like, okay, I'm here for this. We got the crescendos, and then we got the vocals coming in on top of it. I was like, okay, whoever in the music department, they know how to set the mood right.
Exactly. I did think, though, that they were going to play Snow, like, on the beach, at the beach by Taylor Swift, because they were saying it so much, and then they didn't, and I was like, oh, interesting, but you know what? Go off.
Do your thing. Look, they say Tay-Tay couldn't have all the songs in this season, all right?
Right.
We had to give space for other people, all right?
Do we have to, though?
Well, that's not. So they take things to the next level. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, okay. That just makes the fact that that they broke up, it just makes it even harder once we actually see it happen.
It does. I'm like, guys, wait, but something bad's gonna happen.
But I do like that they're still going with all of these fun moods. And I do like that they go with the happier times, because it shows you, like, I think before in the first season, even in the first book, you're kind of just like, if it wasn't for the flashbacks of when they were kids, sometimes you're kind of like, what is it that Belly sees in Conrad? But actually being able to watch the flashbacks of them being happy together, you're just like, oh, okay, well, shoot. If Conrad was acting like this, I'll be in love too. I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, he definitely has his better moments, but also his not so better moments, which we do see a lot of. But I think the flashbacks really give us insight into what made Belly fall in love with him in the first place.
Yeah, after watching these flashbacks, I was like, Jeremiah, honey, I'm rooting for you, but it ain't looking too good for you right now. It's not looking too good.
Yeah, we might have to step things up here, bud.
Is there anything else from episode 2 that you wanted to discuss? Did we kind of cover our bases?
Yeah, I think we did. Is this the episode where they played Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo? Because that's Slade.
Look, I'm telling you, I think the soundtrack is out now for The Summer I Turned Pretty. I felt like I saw something, or definitely it should be out by now. You know, I'll just make a phone call to I'll call Jeff and tell Jeff, go ahead and release the soundtrack.
Yes, please.
Well, no, the music, even from season 1, the music has always been on point. So we're just gonna give them an Emmy too. We're gonna give
Emmys for everybody.
Emmys for everybody because they eating, they slaying, we doing everything. So let's talk about our final episode. I can't even believe it. We're finally at the final episode of the first 3 episodes that premiere. Now we are lovesick, honey. We are sick because we now know why they broke up. My heart hurts. We couldn't have the happy memories for too long. But actually, we did forget the most important part at the end of the second episode when they go to cousins. I got so caught up in
we got sidetracked.
I got sucked in. My goodness. They finally make it to cousins. We are not dealing with the murder mystery this season. Thank goodness.
Right.
Conrad's alive, guys. He's okay. He just went off the radar for a little bit. And we find out that he's trying to save the house. And Conrad and Belly, they see each other for the first time since they broke up. And scene. And now we're on episode 3.
Yes. We forgot the most important part.
We got so caught up in the potential murder mystery of the season and just the fun flashbacks that we forgot, hey, there is something actually
There is a plot.
Yes, there's a plot. We forgot. We're going to get back into it. All right, episode 3. So Conrad, this is the moment that I knew Conrad was down bad. He down bad. My mans couldn't even look at Belly. He had to look the other way. Go ahead and play the clip so you can see how Conrad is down bad right now.
How long did you know about this and not tell me?
Jerry, this was all happening so fast, I was going to tell you after I'd taken care of it.
And this is you taking care of it? Going AWOL, ditching school, not talking to us?
School, I don't care.
Connie, you have to go back or you'll fail your class.
How are you gonna become a doctor if you fail out of college, Conrad?
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Seriously?
Can I just say that line when he was like, F school, I don't care.
What do you mean?
It was something so soothing about how he said that. I was like, yeah, forget school. I don't care. It was something really soothing. Maybe he could lead meditation classes. After he masters meditating, there's something very calming about his voice. It just, in that scene, that line delivery just did it for me. I'm sorry.
There was something oddly satisfying about it, but come on, Belly, Conrad, you guys need to get back on your grind. Go back to school. Let's start doing our schoolwork.
Okay, I'm just saying, we gotta get together. We gotta care about school too. I mean, we can care about the relationship drama, but we do want everyone to get good grades and graduate school because your education is important. All right. Now we're done with our education PSA. How do you feel about the whole plot now that they're potentially going to lose the house?
Well, I was going to say it's interesting. I keep bringing up the book because I read it so recently.
It's a huge
but
difference.
it's different. It's they changed a slight little thing because Aunt Julia and Sky, I think their name is, aren't characters in the book. So I'm curious to see how that's all going to play out because we found out all in this episode 3, what's going down, what's happening with the house and Conrad, which it makes me excited because I don't know how this is going to end.
No, but that's I like how, and for those of you, if you haven't read the book, go read the book because it's cool. It's fun. Had a good time reading it. But it's the dad who is kind of behind all of this. And I was like, you know what? Conrad and Jeremiah's dad can't take no more L's after season 1. So I'm kind of happy they made this addition and just tried to spice things up a little bit. How did you feel about actually meeting the 2 characters? At least Jeremiah took flowers to them. Susannah will be proud of that.
Right. Hydrangeas, nice move. Off the bat, I mean, we see very little of them. We've seen very little of them so far. Not a fan of Aunt Julia, just, because of the principle of it all. But Sky seems cool.
Sky is cool. They're just chilling. Hey, my mama here brought me here. Hey, cousin, it's nice to see you. But Julia, honey, how did you not go to your sister's funeral? What's going on? What's the tea, honey?
Exactly. I feel there's something going on. We don't know what it is yet, but I want to get down to the bottom of it.
Yeah, because I just don't know what excuse you could have that you don't show up to your sister's funeral. But you know what? We're gonna give her grace. We don't know what happened, so we're gonna give her grace for now. But she's not gonna get no grace for trying to sell this house. Okay, that's what we're not gonna excuse because she's disrespectful. That's what she is.
Exactly.
So how do you feel about Conrad basically just trying to figure this all out by himself once again?
I think it's so silly because, okay, here's the thing. His argument, I mean, he is the oldest out of the four, children, the four family friends. And he takes it upon himself to like keep everything inside, take on every single responsibility. But I'm thinking, Conrad, aren't you like only a year older than Jeremiah? And I don't know how much older he is. I think only a year older than Stephen too, which is not that much if you think about it. So like, let's just share the wealth. We can like solve these problems together. No need to keep it all inside, bud.
I'm just saying, you know what? Conrad is secretly trying to help people without knowing it. Conrad is showing people that this is what happens when you try to do things on your own. Okay, you have panic attacks. You're moody all the time. You get upset. Can't focus. Like, let this be a warning sign. It's okay to ask people for help. It's all right. It makes your life easier. Just we just gonna keep hoping that Conrad does better. That's all we can do.
Yeah, and I feel bad because he does have the best of intentions. He really does. Yes. Like I know he does, and he doesn't want people to get hurt, but in the process, he hurts every single person. He just does everything wrong, and I feel bad because I know that he's not trying to do this.
Look, we might be Team Jeremiah, but we're still rooting for you, Conrad. We just want you to know that, okay? But Jeremiah ends up thanking Belly for coming to, Cousins. He was trying to be petty, but to spend a little bit more time with Belly, I think he let his guard down now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the clip of him thanking Belly.
You're just gonna sleep on it like that, aren't you?
Yep. Hey, Belly.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming with me. I don't know what went down between you and Conrad, but I know it couldn't be easy to be here. I'm glad I don't have to do this alone.
Yes, gratitude king.
Okay, a true king, just thanking his queen for being there for him. I'm totally here for this. I mean, you feel those sparks, right? It's still there.
I definitely do. But when he said, like, I don't know what happened between you and Conrad, I forgot. Does he not know anything? Because that's crazy.
Because I don't think they were really talking like that.
Right. Oh, my goodness.
But you know what? Since Jeremiah's saying that he doesn't know, let's just go ahead and tell them what did happen between Conrad and Belly. Can't hold it in anymore. Let's just go ahead and play the clip. Let's help answer Jeremiah's question. Let's just show what happened between Belly and Conrad.
I know this is hard with everything going on. Please don't shut me out.
I feel like I just keep disappointing you.
You haven't. And you aren't.
I have. All I've done today is disappoint you. You don't deserve that.
And just stop acting like this and come back inside.
I can't. I just can't.
Well, so we got a lot to unpack.
We sure do.
Yeah. So Belly and Conrad, they were going to, I'm just going to say it's like junior prom or just prom. And I guess at their prom, everybody can go to it. And so it's Stephen, Taylor, and Belly at their dates. And Conrad forgets the corsage.
So embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, through the backstories in this episode is really kind of like what led to the demise of their relationship. We see that Conrad's very distracted. His mind is on other things. Even when she's asking him earlier in the episode, he mixes up what the actual date of the dance is. And he just seems distracted the entire time. So would you be mad if he forgot the corsage? Because I feel like Belly was fuming on the inside, but she was trying to be nice about it.
She really was. I think, if nobody else was at their house, if it was just the two of them, I think it would be, like it would still be bad. But I think the extra layer of being the only one without the corsage like that, it just makes it look so bad.
I was just like, I mean, it was a nice save saying like, "Oh, you're gonna bring me two next year," but I was like, "Honey, I don't think y'all making it to a next year." But I'm gonna keep hope alive for you. But they get to the dance. He don't want to dance. Like I feel like she had to pull his teeth to get him to go to the dance floor.
Mhm.
It was just a lot. I almost wanted Steven. I mean, I'm happy that Steven kind of like told him off a little bit, but like I wanted Steven to kind of pull him to the side, kind of like, "Are you okay? Like, can you get this together? Can you make sure my sister has like a good night?" But yeah, like they end up breaking up in the middle of the dance. How did you feel about this? Cue the rain as all of this is happening.
Exactly. Conrad on her prom, bro, on the night of her prom. I mean, the timing, it's just so bad. I don't think you could have picked a worse night at this point.
Clearly, time is not on their side in any like shape or aspect. It's just not there for them. It's not there for them at all.
Definitely not.
So I was pretty hurt by this. I was just like, we were rooting for you. We were rooting for you. So they end up breaking up. So we get to see how it happens. And now that our hearts is broken, let's just go to another couple that we can attempt to ship until hopefully they become a couple. Because why put us through all of this from the kiss of season 1 to road tripping now?
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and take a look at Steven and Taylor on their road trip.
Look,
What, are you?
I don't actually think that you're a shitty brother.
Oh, wow. Thanks a lot.
No, I think it's really cool that you're going to Princeton. I know you worked really hard for it. It's just... sometimes it feels like you think that you're better and smarter than everyone. Like, including me.
Taylor, I don't think that at all. I think you're one of the smartest people I know.
Whatever, I mean, I definitely am. Can you tell me what has you all in your feelings? So that it can stop being weird? Please?
I love them.
Just like stop it and get together already. It's there. I feel the sparks.
I love the dynamic between like a sassy fashionista and an arrogant nerd because like they've known each other for a while. They can be real with one another. She can put him in her place, as you've seen, and then he could also be real with her, like about her boyfriend, about Mr. Milo over here. And I just love to see it. I love when characters can like have their banter.
Okay, everybody can't do good banter. I'm just saying. And then they get to skip the whole awkward part of getting to know each other. Like you get to skip the whole part because you already know each other. You know deepest, darkest secrets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just gonna ship them until Belly can figure out what she wants to do, who she wants to be with. I'm just gonna ship them until then. Like that's just gonna be our North Star that we go to when we're going through trying times with everyone else. We're just gonna go to shipping Steven and Taylor.
Exactly. I'm already on board. The ship is already sailing. I'm at sea.
They're in game, all right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. In the midst of this, I feel like we forgot to talk about Laurel because I do want to give props to Laurel. Yes. She decided to go on her trip, and Steven is a very supportive king. He loves supporting his mom, telling her to like get out the house. So I was really happy that he told her to go to like the little tour. Is this the same tour that she was supposed to go to with Cleveland? Or is this
I have no clue. Who really like I don't know.
I don't know. Is the timelining? Do we know like what's happening right now?
It's kind of hard to keep track of it because we keep going back and forth. I'm like, what is happening? Where's Cleveland? Is he coming back or not? We don't know.
I'm just gonna root for Cleveland because, like I said, I'm rooting for Laurel and her roster because she's gonna build a whole team.
Right, exactly. You know what's cool though? Isn't the name of the book that she wrote the name of the last book of the Samurai Turned Pretty series? I thought that was a cool little like tidbit.
Wasn't it cute?
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, that's the name.
It's like we were on a high and now we have to go back to a low because we finally get to see what happened at the funeral. Because I was kind of like, Jeremiah, what you talking about? Like upset about the funeral, like what happened? First of all, we're gonna give props to Conrad for like singing because like I thought that was super cute when he started singing. I was like, my heart is breaking now. He's doing a whole song. It was so cute. we get to the repast, and she's trying to be there for both of them, making a plate. And when she tries to go take the plate to Conrad, I don't know who that little girl was, okay? I don't know who she was, all right? They lucky that we on Prime Video's channel, because I would have called her something else, all right? But
Exactly. I think it was kind of weird because Nicole wasn't in the books, but so Aubrey in the books, I believe, was his like first girlfriend, but in the show it was Nicole. So I feel like it was kind of weird because like we didn't like it couldn't have
yeah,
been Nicole because her and Belly like have that established
we never did
friendship.
that. Yeah.
But I'm like, Conrad, also who was the girl at the dorm? Like, why do you keep going to these women for like comfort when you have Belly?
And then Jeremiah seemed like he knew her.
Right.
So I was like, who is that? Spill the tea. Is it something else happening? Because I'm trying to, how you know who she is?
Exactly.
That's what I needed the roommate to be spilling. You spilling the wrong tea. I need you to tell me who she is too. That's what
I know. We need to go to the roommate to get all the deets.
All right. I'm just saying, can we just get it? We need to interview the roommate. Be like, so tell us everything that happened. Who this girl? Who is she? Am I missing something? What am I missing? The funeral. Oh no, we didn't even show the clip. Let's show the clip of like the craziest part. It was already stuff happening. We forgot the craziest part that happened at the funeral. Go ahead and play the clip.
I should have known you'd be like this.
What do you mean?
Forget it.
No, say it. Tell me.
I knew it was a bad idea starting something with you.
I don't believe you.
It was a huge mistake.
I hate you.
Good.
I never want to see you again. Stop.
They lucky this computer holding me back right now. I was ready to come to my TV screen when this happened. How dare he do this? How dare y'all caused a whole scene at this funeral though, like at this repast.
Yeah, like, this was again not the time or place.
I feel like timing is gonna be like a whole thing here. I'm just saying.
Not the best. I don't like they're saying all these nasty things to each other, trying to hurt each other. Guys, these are not your true feelings. Like, let's calm down, have a talk it out, share emotionally.
It's okay to just talk things out. We could have just, went to a room, had a conversation. Now we got all the guests looking at us like they were giving them looks of like, who invited her? Like, what is going on? Why
Who is she?
Okay, like get it. Then Laurel had that look on her face, like
the classic disapproving mother.
Okay, I felt that in my spirit. Okay, let me unpack that in therapy next week. The whole thing with the house, them trying to figure out how they're going to stop their aunt from being able to take the house. They try to get their dad involved. I don't know what schemes that they are going to come up with just by judging the look of the house. I feel like this house is like in the millions, right? Like,
oh, for sure, beachfront property.
Please do tell. Where are you guys getting all this money from? Because this has to be like, it has to be at least 10 plus million.
Oh gosh, I mean, Conrad, if you stayed in school, became a doctor, then you would have that dough. I'm just saying.
But I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what plans they're gonna come up with. But it's clear that this is gonna be kind of like the subplot like of the whole story of them trying to figure out a way to save the house, try to honor Susannah's memory of the house. But most importantly, like we got to figure out who Belly's gonna choose because. I mean, both her boos are mad at her. How's she gonna make them fall in love again? How's it gonna happen?
Exactly. Find line between love and hate, though. So
yes,
there's a way.
What do you think is gonna happen? Because I mean, all bets are off since they do deviate from the books. We technically don't know what's going to happen.
We really don't. I mean, I hope that this is the season for Jeremiah. I mean, they seem to be back on like really good terms, seem to have some sparks. I'm not a huge fan of her like sort of using Jeremiah like as a distraction. Not necessarily a distraction, but in my mind, Belly is never going to say no if Conrad like comes and confesses his love to her, which I feel like is not a great position to put Jeremiah in. But with that being said, I love Jeremiah and Belly. I love their dynamic, and I want to see more of them.
You know, I'm always going to be rooting for Jeremiah. He has a special place in my heart. But I do hope that she tries to, I think in her mind, they never, like, I mean, they did technically end on bad terms, but it's not like there was anything bad happening in their relationship before they broke up.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, I never had an issue with Jeremiah. So, like, you know, maybe I should just explore that.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl, go ahead and explore that. You got the rest of your life to have some booze. Like, you can go ahead and talk to Jeremiah and just be happy for a couple of moments until Conrad decides to get his life together. Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be like Laurel. Build your roster, Belly.
Yes.
Or actually, she needs to just go back to Cam because, you know, low key, I'm with Cam.
I miss Cam Cameron so much. I feel like he's in third place in terms of her ranking between Conrad, Jeremiah, and Cam Cameron, which is Cam Cameron deserves so much better than that. I just want him to be happy. I want him to find someone that adores him if he wants that.
Okay.
But I want to see him. Bring him back, please.
He was making sandwiches for her. You tell me somebody is making sandwiches, taking you on bike rides along the beach, taking you on a whaling boat. Girl, you had it good.
Mm-hmm. Marine biologist. Hello.
He's right there. All right. Well, actually, no, he's not right there because we're just manifesting him from season 1. But hopefully, we get to see Cam. So
I think he will be. He was in the poster.
He was a part of the promo. So maybe.
But he was looking at Taylor. So that can be because, you know, in the poster, like everybody was looking at someone. It kind of perhaps indicates their romantic feelings for them. And Cam Cameron was looking at Taylor. So I don't know how to feel about that because I am so totally on the Steven Taylor train. But you know what? We'll see what happens. I just want him back at this point.
Taylor ain't never going for no Cam. Like, she ain't going for no Cam. But
no, I don't think so.
I'm just like, Cam, they just, that's like oil and water. They not even gonna mess them up together. But I'm just, a girl can dream. But honestly, I wouldn't even want Cam to take Belly back because she did him so dirty. So like,
yeah,
low-key,
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, I would want him to say no anyway. But you know, anything to get Cam back, I'm here for it. So. But yeah, so overall, how did you feel about the season 2 premiere? Like these first 3 episodes?
I love the show so much. I'm so excited. I like binged all of these 3 episodes in a row. It really brought me back. I loved how true it stayed to the books with adding, you know, what they changed on paper doesn't sound like that much, but these little tweaks can cause some like pretty big changes in the end. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen.
Well, look, I had so much fun with you today. Like,
me too.
I hope you come back, like, because I had so much fun chatting with you. But can you tell everyone where they can find you on social?
You can find me at Amanda Todhunter, mostly on YouTube, but I also have an Instagram and TikTok if you want to check me out there.
Thank you so much. You all can find me at Pay Your Weight on all social. But yeah, like we are so happy that you took time to chill with us today on our Summer Fridays while we're celebrating season 2 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Please make sure that you're all subscribed to the Prime Video YouTube channel, where we're going to be breaking down episodes each week as they premiere. Please make sure you don't miss out on next week's show and subscribe. And remember that new episodes of The Summer I Turned Pretty will be available on Fridays on Prime Video. Bye.
Bye.
I'm Sharronda Williams, your host of the Summer I Turned Pretty After Show. Belly used to count down the days until she could return to Cousins Beach. But with Conrad and Jeremiah fighting over her heart and the return of Susannah's cancer, she's not sure summer will ever be the same. When an unexpected visitor threatens the future of Susannah's beloved house, Belly has to rally the gang to come together and to decide once and for all where her heart lies. Hello and welcome to the Summer I Turned Pretty After Show. Each week, a special guest and I will be breaking down all the memorable moments of the new season while giving our thoughts and predictions of what is yet to come. So ensure you are subscribed to the Prime Video YouTube channel so you don't miss out. Now it's time to introduce our special guest of the week. Amanda Todhunter is a YouTuber who makes comedy videos about popular media, from unhinged recaps to retelling the plot in different characters' perspectives. Hi, Amanda. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited that you're here with us. But before we get started recapping the first 3 episodes of the new season, I have to ask you an important question. Are you Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah, and why?
You know, that is such a great question. Jeremiah all the way, 100%. But I have a disclaimer. I do want Belly and Conrad to end up together because I think their feelings for each other are just the strongest. But every step of the way until then, if that happens, I will be rooting for Jeremiah. And if I was in Belly's place, I would in fact choose him so fast.
I'm not mad at that, okay? We're Team Jeremiah, but I'm also Team whatever Belly decides, okay? It's her choice. Her heart, her choice, okay? But now that we've gotten that important question out of the way, let's get into our first impressions of the first 3 episodes. So, Amanda, what did you think of the first 3 episodes of season 2?
I really enjoyed them. This was the first time that I had seen The Summer I Turned Pretty after having read the books. So it was really fun for me to see like the similarities and differences and just all the characters interacting again. I missed them so much.
I was so ready to be thrown back into this love triangle. I am here for it. I'm excited. Were there any moments, since you said that you've read all of the books, how was it actually seeing this come to screen? Was there any memorable moments from the first 3 episodes that you remembered from the books?
I think I was just surprised overall at how similar it was, because in the books they travel back and forth in time between the past and the present, and I wasn't really sure if they were going to do that or not, and they did. And they also have Belly reading direct lines from the books, and I remember thinking oh, I remember that.
While I was watching, I was like, oh my goodness, they're really going straight from the book. I'm here for it. It's just one thing to read it, but then to actually see it on screen, it just elevates it even more. So I was really excited about that too. Okay, so now that the first 3 episodes of season 2 are streaming, we have to break down what happened, because it's a lot that happened in these first 3 episodes. So hopefully all of you that are watching now have watched the first 3 episodes of the season 2 premiere. But let's refresh your memory on what went down. Let's talk about some important moments that happened in the first 3 episodes. We're going to start with episode 1 of Love Lost. Right now, we're going to roll a clip of Belly telling Jeremiah about her and Conrad kissing.
And Conrad was there, and we just started talking, and one thing led to another, and we kissed.
You kissed my brother.
I'm sorry. I didn't think that, we wanted to tell you right away, so,
You're already a we?
No. I just didn't, I didn't want it to be weird.
Oh, yeah, Belly, it is weird, okay?
No, Jared, please.
No, you know what? Actually, it's cool. It's cool, I get it.
Okay, so I was waiting for this moment, and Belly scared me because she almost got excited retelling the story of how her and Conrad together. And I was like, Belly, your audience, you're talking to Jeremiah, the person you were with before you hooked up with someone else that happened to be his brother. So
exactly.
What were your thoughts about this?
Oh my goodness. I think his reaction is so valid, because if you look at it from his perspective, literally the night before was the debutante ball, and he had just found out